Hello, we are from the group of 8 classes of International Law of the Sea. In this video we will talk about one part of learning in International Law of the Sea with the theme Innocent Passage. The group members consist of Elvianti, Adini and Adini. What we will talk in this video are, first, what is International Law of the Sea, secondly what is Innocent Passage and the law governing it, 3 examples of Innocent Passage cases and their conclusion.
The right of innocent passage is the right of ships from all countries to be able to cross the territorial sea of a country as long as the ship doesn't interfere with or commit territorial crimes in the country. The issue of cross-speech is essentially a conflict between the interests of the coastal states, which want complete power in their territorial seas, and the interests of maritime states that want as much freedom as possible to sail in the territorial seas of other countries. This interest then calls for limiting as far as possible the interference of the coastal state in the peaceful traffic of foreign ships in its territorial waters. The articles regarding the right of innocent passage, namely Articles 14 until 23, are Section 3 of Convention 1, which is divided into 4 subsections, namely 1. Condition applicable to all ships, or applicable rules to all ships, Articles 14 until 17. 2. Applicable provisions for mentioned ships, or applicable rules for mentioned ships, Articles 18 until 20. 3. Provision for government ships not warship, or applicable rules to ships other warships, Article 21 until 22. 4. Applicable rules for warships, Article 23. A. Foreign vessel rights, Article 14, Paragraph 1, that all ships, both ships of the coastal state and ships of non-coastal states, have the right of peaceful passage. Paragraph 2. Regarding the meaning of peace passage, namely passage means navigation through the territorial sea for the purpose either of traversing that sea without entering internal waters, or of proceeding to internal waters, or of making for the high seas from internal waters. This paragraph is a requirement to determine whether a navigation through the territorial sea can be considered a passage or not. Paragraph 3. Regarding the stopping of the ship or the throwing of anchors that are not required in the ordinary navigation due to force majeure or due to disasters or distress is not a passage in Article 14. Paragraph 4 regulates whether a passage is peaceful or not determined by the nature of the traffic, which might not be detrimental to the peace, order, and security of the coastal states. Paragraph 5 and 6 establish additional conditions, which are especially applicable because of the type of ship concerned. Verse 5 confirms that 1. Fishing boats or catching fish also have the right of passage in the waters of other countries. 2. Fishing vessels in conducting peaceful passage must comply with the regulation of the coastal state, which are intended to prohibit foreign fishing vessels from fishing in their territorial waters. Therefore, this provision emphasizes the exclusive rights of the coastal state to fish fisheries within the boundaries of its territorial waters. Paragraph 6 requires a foreign submarine carrying out peaceful passage to sail on the surface of the water and show its national flag. If these conditions are not fulfilled, the traffic being carried out will no longer be peaceful. Article 15, Paragraph 1 states the innocent foreign ship traffic may not be obstructed by the coastal state. B. Rights of the coastal state. The right of the coastal state to regulate peaceful traffic in its territorial sea is regulated in Article 16, Paragraph 1 and 2. Paragraph 1. That the coastal state can regulate the peaceful passage of foreign ships in the territorial sea to prevent traffic that is detrimental to its interests. Paragraph 2 affirms the same rights of the coastal state with respect to the traffic of foreign ships to and from inland waters. Paragraph 3 gives the coastal state the right to prohibit the peaceful passage of foreign ships in its territorial sea under certain conditions, namely, a. The act may not discriminate between foreign ships and one another. Discriminator. B. That their prohibition must be limited in nature, both in terms of time or temporarily, and in place, so that in essence the action referred to in this provision is the suspension of the right of peaceful traffic of foreign ships by the coastal states in a certain part or part of its territorial sea. Paragraph 4. Restrictions which are absolute prohibition prohibits the suspension of peaceful traffic rights in the territorial sea, which is a strait normally used by international shipping between two parts of the high seas separated by a coastal state. Article 18, 19, and 20 is provisions for merchant ships. 1. Regulates the right of the coastal state to collect fish from foreign ships crossing its territorial sea is Article 18. 2. Criminal and civilian jurisdiction of the coastal state over foreign vessels within its territorial seas is Article 19 and 20. Article 21. Regarding government ships, not warships, expressly stipulates that the general provision regarding peaceful traffic, or subsection A, Articles 14 until 17, and subsection B, Article 18, 19, and 20, also apply to government ships, which is used in commercial shipping. Article 22, Paragraph 1, states that government ships that are used for non-commercial purposes are subject to subsection A and Article 18 regarding the collection of fish by the coastal states for foreign ships crossing its territorial sea. Paragraph 2. The foregoing provision doesn't affect the immunity held by such vessels under international law. Article 23, subsection D, regarding the applicable provision for warships or rules applicable to warship, provide that if a warship doesn't comply with the regulation of the coast.
In March 2016, there was a conflict between the Indonesian government and the Chinese government because illegal fishing boats from China entered Natuna Waters. The incident began on Saturday at 2 p.m. At the time, the 200 gross ton Kwai Fei 10078 boat were caught red-handed of illegally fishing while trolling. After the boat was arrested, officers of patrol boat HU-11 intended to escort the boat towards the Pier Supervision Station of the Marine Resources and Fisheries of Natuna. However, the process of arresting the Kwai Fei ship 10078 did not go as planned, because when they were arresting Kwai Fei 10078, a Coast Guard ship from China forcibly rescued the Kwai Fei 10078 ship into the Chinese waters. Through radio dispatch, the fully armed Chinese Coast Guard vessel requested for Kwai Fei boat to be released. For the sake of mutual security, the request was met. Ranai Naval Base boat was reluctantly escorted the captured boat to the outside of the borders. However, the 8 crew members of the fish-stealing boat were arrested and taken to Indonesia. So the conclusion of the case is, it appears that the activities of foreign vessels in Indonesian national waters, which are considered non-peaceful, refer to the provisions of Article 19, Paragraph 2 and Article 21 of the 1982 Law of the Sea Convention. The inclusion of the provisions of Article 21 is intended so that the Indonesian government can take all necessary measures to prevent disturbances of security and public order, and their interests in the sea and waters of the Indonesian archipelago. Activities other than foreign ships conducting peaceful passage through the territorial sea and connecting the Indonesian archipelago, which are deemed non-peaceful, according to Article 5, Paragraph 1, R1. Unloading or loading commodities, currencies or people, which is against the laws and regulations in the customs, fiscal, immigration, and sanitation sectors. 2. Illegal fishing activities. 3. Illegal research and survey activities. 4. Actions aimed at disrupting information systems, facilities, or other communication installations, deformation done on purpose and causing severe pollution.
That's all about our presentation talk about innocent passage case. Don't forget to like this video. Thank you.